Now that we can generate a PDF, it's way better to send report card to the student email instead of downloading this. So let's see how we can create an email and attach an attachment on that email, then we can send it. So first thing is to set up our .env. So let's click in our .env and let's find the mail mailer in here. This is here we have our mail configuration. We can change this and set it to our setting. So I'm going to use my Gmail account to send the email. So for that, first thing in mailer in a state of log, I will change this to SMTP, and we don't need mail schema, so let's comment this out. Then for the mail host, I will tag smtp.gmail.com. For the port, I will use 587, and for the username in here, I have to type my own email address. So for now, my own email at gmail.com. Later, I will add my own email in here. And for the password, for this, we have to create an app password from our Gmail account. So then mail from address, we don't need this one, and mail from name. Now in mail from name, it will use our uh, application name, which is Laravel, but you can change it also. So in here, for example, I will say, let's say school management, or you can add your school name also. So now let's go and generate a password from our email address. So let's go to my email address and let's click your profile, then click manage your Google account, and in the search bar type a passwords, then select the app passwords. Remember that in here you have to have two-factor authentication, otherwise you cannot generate a password. Now because I don't have any other application, it's directly asking me for the app name, so I will say school management or any other name that you want. It's completely up to you. Then click create. Now our app password has been created. So let's copy this from here and paste it in here as an string. So let's delete everything. Everything is set. Let's clear our terminal. Now we can create a mail and attach our PDF in there. So for that, we will type PHP artisan make mail and give it a name. So in my case, student report mail. Let's make the M capital as well. Enter. Now our mail class has been created. If I go to my app, there is a new folder with the name of mail, and in here our file. First, in here we have construct method. In here we can define our parameters, what parameters or what we want, what should we get when this class is called. Then we have our envelope. We can type the email subject in here. What will be the email subject? Then after that, the content. In here we will pass the body of the email. What we want to write, or we can here pass a view also. And finally we have attachment method. In here we will attach our PDF with the email. So first let's create our construct method. So in here we need two variables to get it from the controller. The first one is student, and the second one is the PDF itself. So this two. Now we have to assign the value of this using in our construct method. So let's type the student and the PDF. And in here we will type this dollar sign student, sorry, no dollar sign, student is equal to dollar sign student, and same for the PDF we can do is equal to PDF. Now we have set the value of this two with this two parameter that we will get from that controller later. Then in the envelope we can write our subject. So let's change this to your report card. Then in the content we have to create our view. So let's go to our resources, views, and in here let's create a new folder with the name of emails, and inside this let's create our view student report.blade.php. Remember that we cannot create a .js file for the email. We have to create the blade file. So let's go inside our view. For now, let's keep it empty. First, let's finish the mail controller. So in the view, in the state of view, I will type my folder name, which is emails, and my file name, student dash report. And we can also pass our student here. So we can write the student name. So let's pass the student object also. So with an array, and we will say student dollar sign this student. That's it. Now let's go to attachment part, and in the attachment array, the return array, we will call attachment colon from data. Then inside here we will create a callback function, and we will call our set our PDF. You can also give them a name, so we will call it student report, and same as previous, let's pass the ID. So let's type here dollar sign this student ID, and finally the extension. And we can also set the type of this, which is PDF. So let's say with name and application slash PDF. That's it. Our class is set. Now we can create our view. So let's go to student report, and in here let's create an HTML. Let's give them a title of student report. In the body we will just say, for example, hello, and the student name. There's an student name. Then uh, you can type anything in here you want as a message. For example, your report card is attached as a PDF. And finally, best regards. That's it. We don't have to type anything else, or any message. If you want, you can type. So this one is also done. Our class is also done. Now let's go to our controller, students controller. So let's go to HTTP controller and student controller. At the end, let's create a new method in here. In here, let's type public function and give them a name of email report, and we will accept same as previous the ID of the student. And let's copy everything that we wrote in the student report. So let's copy all of them and paste them in here. And just in the PDF, we have to write one more function and say we want the output. We don't want to download it, we just want the output. Then after that, we have to call our mail class in here. So for that, we will type mail colon to. Now in here, we have to define the student email address. So we will say student email and we will say send. Then in here, we will call our student report mail. So let's type new student report mail. And as we said, we need two parameters. One is the student object and one is our PDF. So first we will pass our student, then we will pass our PDF. That's it. Now let's return back to the user with a message also. So let's say return back with success and say report sent to student email. Okay, done. Now let's create a route for this also. So let's inside our student group in here, let's create a new route. Let's type route get and slash students. Then we need the ID of the student and finally email report. And we will call our method in here, which is email report. We can let's give him a name also, students dot email dot send. Okay, our web.php is also done. Now let's go and create a components to call this route. So let's go to our JS components and in here let's create a new file and call this one email report button.jsx. Inside this we will create our function. So let's call function email report button and we need the student ID. So we will same as previous for the PDF that we did. Actually, it's way better to copy it. So let's copy our PDF. Let's copy this and paste it here and change the name. Email report button. Then change the view report PDF to send report and the URL students, then student IDs and instead of report PDF, we will just type email report. And this time we don't want to open this in the new tab, so no need for the blank. Okay, everything is set. Now let's go to our page and inside student, then index. And in here, let's import our button. So import email report and let's call this, let's scroll down here, email report button and pass the student ID, student.id. That's it. Okay. So only thing that is remaining is my email address. I will pause the video and type my email in here. Okay, I wrote my email address in here. Now everything is set. Let's go to our browser and let's go to our project, refresh. Okay, now we have our sent report in here also. So now let's click this and we got mailer SMPT is not okay. Let's go back to our project. Here I wrote it as SMTP. Let's fix this one also. Save. Now let's close this and click again. Okay, we got our notification. Now let's go and check our email. Let's click on the send. We got here the email has been sent. Okay, I know the email was fake. Now if I open the email, hello, your report card is attached, battery card, and we can download it also. Let's view it. So this is the report card of this student. So this is how we can create our email in the Laravel Inertia and React.